Welcome back to Chit Chat and Tea with Amanda Marie. Hi, I'm Amanda Marie, and I am here to talk to you guys about a new movie that just came out. So before I get into it, grab yourself a cup of tea, cocoa, coffee, water, whatever floats your boat. I'm drinking something called, I believe it's called Dandy Blend. Oh, I might be wrong about that. It's dandy something, but it's basically dandelion. It's crushed dandelion. It is so good. If you're looking for like a coffee substitute, this is it. This tastes like coffee, okay? I did this fast a while back and I couldn't have any caffeine for like 21 days. So I was like, I have to find something that will trick my brain and my palate that I'm drinking coffee. So I found this and I love it so much. It's so good. It's so yummy. You can drink it hot or cold and it's good for you. Dandelions are super good. They're full of vitamins. It's really nutritious and it tastes like you're drinking coffee. So I highly recommend trying this out. Anybody out there who is like looking for something that tastes like coffee but isn't coffee, give it a shot. I will put in the description box below, I will share with you guys the brand, like the link if you want to buy some on Amazon, because that's where I picked mine up. So anyway, I'm just highly recommending it because it tastes really yummy. That's what I'm drinking. So grab yourself whatever, guys, and welcome to my channel. Thank you, all of you guys out there who have been, watching my videos. Any new subscribers, welcome. If you guys enjoy my content, don't forget to like, to share, if you're not a sub, to sub. I really appreciate it. And guys, if you leave comments, I love that so much. I love hearing from my viewers, and I love chatting with you guys. So please do it. Please. Okay. Like I said, this is a movie. I'm saying this is like a movie review. Okay. So I'm putting this into my CinemaTalk and Tea series, and this is the first time I'm doing like a new movie where I actually went to the theater and watched a new movie. I haven't been to a theater in a very long time, and I rarely go because honestly, it's a hassle for me. I'm just, it really is. It's like, it's one of those things. But I watched the trailer for this movie a while back, and it really intrigued me, and it really got my attention. So I decided that I was going to go check it out before, in the theater. And that I did. The movie is called Lamb, as you may have noticed in my title. And it's basically based off of an old Icelandic folklore, okay? I tried finding the exact, folktale that maybe they got this from. I didn't dig too hard, so it's probably out there somewhere, but I didn't find it. The category they put this under is like horror fantasy. Definitely, I would not say that this is a horror movie. Fantasy 100%. The director is Vladimir Johansson. This is his first film. The company that put this film out is A24. They are known. Anybody who's watched, who likes movies or watches a lot of movies or whatever, A24 is really known for being a very, they put out a lot of original movies. Original, I would say that the adjectives that come to my mind are like original, unique. Realism is like a huge, their movies are very realistic feeling. I don't want to say almost like documentary feeling, but you feel like when you watch an A24 movie, a lot of them anyway, I haven't seen them all, but I've seen a few of them. You definitely feel like you're like, it's almost like the realism of just life, everyday life. You know what I mean? Like, you feel like you're in like the everydayness of that person's life. Which is, you know, it's something that I think that's why a lot of people appreciate the company for what it is, because it definitely is something different than like your average Hollywood, you know, movies that are being pushed out. Okay. So they're definitely unique. And they're known, like, for example, they're the company that put out like Midsummer, The Witch, Hereditary, and all of these movies are like, those are like, I would say in the category of like horror movies, okay? But they also are putting out, I've noticed, they're putting out more movies like that seem like just more not in that department. So it's an interesting, they're a very interesting company, and that was part of what piqued my interest, because I knew of them, and I knew that anything that they put out, that they produce, or that they, you know, their company is doing, is going to be something different. And so that was part of the appeal for me, I think. This movie was completely shot in Iceland, and it's an Iceland, you know, it's an the whole movie's like it's in Icelandic language. It's shot in Iceland. I don't know if all the actors were from Iceland. I know that the woman was, the main woman actor was. I'm pretty sure that the the husband was too. So the two, and those people are, the woman's name is Nomi Rapace. I don't know if I said that right. Hilmar Sneer Guanmassen. Sorry. This is Icelandic, okay, guys? Honestly. So I'm doing the best I can. So those were the two main actors. There are only like total 5 people in this movie. Those two are the main characters, though. They're the ones that are mainly there. The movie, so basically, like, if you, now it's always tricky. It's like, do I do spoiler alerts? Do I not do spoiler alerts? Like, okay, like this movie, like, it's a new movie. Like I said, this is the first time I'm doing like a movie that's like brand spanking new. Okay. So if you watch the trailer, anybody who watches the trailer, and most people that go to see a movie, I would think nowadays watches the trailer, and basically, you know, you go on YouTube or whatever and watch the trailer. So in the trailer, like, honestly, like, huge spoiler alerts, okay? And I feel like, you know, guys, I definitely feel like nowadays the spoiler alerts, like, I mean, the trailers, like, almost give, like, movies away. I don't know if I'm the only one that's, like, feeling that, but, like, I'll, like, watch a trailer and I'm like, geez, I just feel like I just watched a mini version of the movie. Like, beginning, middle, and end. I pretty much know what's going to happen. It's crazy, right? I mean, but yeah, like, they kind of did that with this movie. Not completely, but the main thing that this movie is, like, about, they definitely, like, you understand when you finish that trailer what this movie's about. Okay, so I don't... In saying that, that's why I'm like, I'm going to say spoiler alerts in this video, because I am going to say it. But if you watch the trailer, you already know. Okay, so that's what my whole argument of that is. Basically, okay, picture it. Iceland. Rural area. We're talking remote area, okay? By the way, this, like, movie totally made me want to go to Iceland. Like, now I want to go to Iceland. I want to go see sheep in Iceland. I don't know. It just looked stunningly gorgeous. But yeah, anyway. Focus. Iceland. Remote area to a couple. Okay, they're sheep farmers. They live in the middle of nowhere, like no joke. Okay, the two of them, they're alone. Sprawling land. Okay, mountains everywhere. And so the story starts with them, and they're doing their life, and they're just their mundane everyday life tasks of being sheep farmers, right? Lo and behold, one of their sheep, it's lambing season for them, I'm assuming, and they are having, a lot of their sheep are giving birth, and one of their sheep give birth to a baby lamb that is also half human. Okay. Yeah. So it's a lot to take in. I know. And it's crazy, and it's like, whoa. So yeah, you come to find out as the movie progresses, you come to, as they develop the characters, as the story develops, you start to realize that these people have lost a daughter. They had a daughter, and she died somehow. They didn't ever show how that really happened, but they're obviously, they're grieving their daughter, and so this creature comes to them, and they view it as a gift to them, and so they embrace it, and they take it in as their child, and they care for it in the house, and they nurture it and care for it, and love it as it's their own child. So, and as that story is developing, they don't show you. So the movie in itself is a very quiet movie, and this is one of the things that I absolutely loved about this movie. Again, it's a weird movie, guys. Okay, it's like off the wall. It's different. It's strange. If you don't like that, you shouldn't go see this movie or watch this movie. This is something that is it's different. It's unique. It's not for everybody. Okay, but. What I really appreciated about it was the quietness of the movie. I'm one that I actually love watching things that are very quiet and almost like peaceful. It had like huge ASMR vibes. Like, anybody out there who enjoys ASMR, or that relaxes you listening to sounds, this definitely had that feel to it. And because their life, think about it, they're living in this remote location. They really don't have like a phone. I never noticed either one of them on a phone or anything like that. They do have a TV in the house, and they do have like a radio that they have on occasionally throughout the movie that they're listening to. But it's not even music. It's well, some of it's like classical music at times, I think. But it's mostly like a woman talking, or the broadcast, the news, or whatever they're just saying, Again, it's in Iceland. It's Iceland, so I didn't understand. They didn't do the subtitles for the radio. But the movie in itself, like, I don't even think they speak until, I don't know, like maybe 20 minutes in. Like 15 or 20 minutes of the first 15, 20 minutes in the movie, there's like nobody's talking. It's just the cinematography in this movie was phenomenal. And apparently, I guess that's like this director, Vladimir Johansson. He's like, I guess that was like his thing. Like I said, this is his first film, but I guess like that was what his thing was. I did a little bit of research on him, very little, very minimal, but phenomenal. I mean, sprawling landscapes, just gorgeous scenery to look at. Like, honestly, just that in itself was like, to me, it was worth watching it. And like I said, it was a very quiet movie, and I appreciate that. Now, I know a lot of people don't, and a lot of people would like really like be like, what? But I personally, like, that was my cup of tea. No pun intended. I loved it. I love that. I love movies like that. I just do. So, and it's a slow, like I said, it is a slow progression, because even when that sheep has that, the lamb creature, you don't see, they don't show you, they only show you like the head, okay? They don't show you like what it really looks like. Now, again, because of the trailer, you already know. Like, if you watch the trailer, you put two and two together and you're like, okay, you know, but they don't show it to you, but you know. It's like they show you enough that you know what you're dealing with here. My question was, like, the whole time, like, as it's progressing, and eventually they do show you, which was, like, honestly, like, kind of stunning, because when they finally show you, like, what this creature looks like full on, like, not just the head, like, it is, like, it's a lot to take in, and it was like you just are like that, like, you're just like looking at it like, okay, like, that's crazy, you know? So, I mean, there was a feeling like it was like a little uncomfortable, because, like, again, this couple embraces this creature like it's their daughter. So, yeah, I mean, it's a lot to take in, because you're, you know, as a human, I think, and I do this, like, you put yourself in their shoes and you're like, what would I do? Like, how would I react to this if I was put in this situation? So, I mean, it was a lot to take in, and, like, that part of it was, like, kind of crazy. Like, it took a little while, like, as you're watching the movie, and then they show more and more, and you keep seeing this creature, then you start to almost get used to it, and you're like, okay, it's not as weird now, like, you know, as you progress in the movie. But when you first see it, it's like, it's weird. It's really weird. And it's like, you know, obviously use like CGI or whatever they use, like, to do this, but the head is like a lamb, like full on, like, sheep, okay? It can't talk, okay? It can't talk to you or me. It can't talk. Then it has, like, one arm is like lamb. So one arm is like the hoof, and then the other arm is a human arm and hand, and then, like, down. So basically, like, the lamb is like the head and, like, one arm, and then the rest is human, okay? So the thing is, it can't talk. And it knows things, though. Like, if you tell it, hey, can you go do this? It will go do it. But it just can't, you know, talk. It can communicate through like its body movements and gestures and things like this. But it was crazy. It really was. And so my thing was, I'm thinking throughout this whole movie, like, you know, and again, we don't know, like, how did this happen? Like, what happened? Okay, so they really don't go there. And to me, that was very frustrating, okay? They don't, I was hoping the whole time, I'm like, are they gonna give us, like, a backstory? Are we gonna find out, like, how this freak of nature, like, happened? Like, what is going on? Now, in the end, and I'm not going to say what that is, because I feel like if somebody's going to go watch it, then, you know, whatever. I don't want to completely spoil the movie, but you do find out where this creature, you find out where it, like, what it's from, but you still don't get, like, a backstory. You still don't really understand. And, you know, my mind is, I'm always going into, especially a movie like this, like, no joke, like, I'm going in looking for symbolism. I'm going in looking for, like, you know, anything, like, what agenda are they putting in this? You know, what are they trying to tell us? You know, that's the way my brain works. So I'm always looking for that. And I had a hard time, because And I was even talking to my kids who totally know that's what I do, and I've even trained them to do it too. Well, some of them are not interested, and that's okay. They're like, "Oh, mom," but even then, they were like sitting there with me, and they were like, "Yeah, like they're like looking for it too, you know. They're like, oh, well, maybe it's like supposed to be this, or maybe it's supposed to be representing this." Honestly, like, I don't really know if that's part of what this is about. The only thing that I could kind of piece together was that, they did, I almost feel like it might, in some weird, perverted way. And again, that's, well, that's what these people do. Like, be like mimicking or mocking like Mary and Joseph and like the birth of Jesus or something, like, because at the beginning of the movie, like, they have a shot, and I guess it's supposed to be Christmas, and it's like snowing outside, and it shows the couple like inside, and she's making like lamb for Christmas dinner, and it shows them like in their house, and it's like a blizzard outside, and like it just shows that like on Christmas. And then like we go into the main story, then it suddenly we're into like, it's not wintertime anymore, and just blizzard snow. It's lambing season, and they're having, these sheep are giving birth. So like I caught that, and I was like, okay, is that like, are we trying to like, say like, make our subconsciously be like, referring or alluding to Mary and Joseph and the birth of Jesus Christ? And of course it's a lamb, and we all, as a lot of, maybe not everybody knows, but Jesus is referred to as the Lamb of God. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's what they did, the director did, to just kind of, I don't know, just mock Jesus a little bit. I mean, honestly, like, that's what most movies do. So it wouldn't surprise me. That's the only thing I could, as far as like stuff like that goes, that was the only thing. She was reading a book throughout this movie and of course, again, it's in Iceland. So like, it was the name of the book was like an Icelandic word. And I like tried to find it. I even wrote it down, like sorry, I have something in my eye. Like in the theater, I like in the like dark, I was like, I had this little notebook with me, and just in case, and I tried to write the word down. And I think I spelled it right, but like, after I got out of the movie, I was like Googling it, and I was like trying to find like, what is this book? Like, what the heck? What is this book that she was reading? And I couldn't find it. And it was weird. It was like, there was like a picture of like a collar, like a studded collar, and like this weird, like, on the cover of this book, okay, it was like the word in Iceland, Icelandic language, whatever that word is. And then it was like a picture of this collar, like a studded collar with like, it almost looked like a jockey strap thing that, the guys wear to protect their private area. Yeah, it was so weird. But that's why it jumped out to me, and I was like, okay, something's up with this book that she keeps reading through this movie. But I couldn't find, so I don't know, I didn't end up finding out what the heck that book was about. I think that there might be something to that, but again, didn't find it, unfortunately. So maybe somebody else can find it, and if you do and you find out what the book is, that would be cool. Like, I'd like to know. Curious minds want to know. So yeah, I mean, I'm thinking again, like, my mind is like, looking for different things. Sorry, I'm just reading my notes real quick, guys. Like, what are they trying to tell us in this movie? Like, what are their like hidden agendas? So and I'm gonna say something like, you know, but I'm just being honest. Like, I'm thinking, like, as the movie's progressing, I'm like, what did the husband, like, go with the sheep? Like, what? Like, how did this creature come about? And, like, you don't know because it's just there. And I'm thinking, like, well, what? Like, she can't get pregnant. So, you know, because by now, you know, okay, they had this daughter, she's passed away. But now what? They can't have another baby? Like, what? So, like, what did he, like, you know? Are we talking bestiality here? Like, what? So, I mean, you don't know, and you don't want to go. You don't want to think that they're going to go there, but, you know, they may. Hello, we're living in 2021. But that's not what it was. Hi, honey. Hold on one sec. Okay, sorry, guys. I'm back. Had to deal with Miss Aurora. And you might hear her in the background. She is right in the room with me watching some sing-alongs and coloring. So I'm going to finish this up, okay? Okay, so I was saying, and where I left off, I was saying they didn't go there, and I'm talking about, when I say that, I'm talking about bestiality, and I was like, thank the Lord they didn't go there. But I don't, and again, I'm like, I don't want to give the ending away because somebody watching this might want to go, you know, might actually go watch this movie and be like, oh, you know, I put in my title, I plan on putting in my title, like, spoiler alert. So hopefully whoever watches this doesn't care anyway, but anyway, in the end, well, honey, you just got to use what you got. In the end, it's like you find out where this hybrid creature came from, okay? Like I said in the beginning, I really, you know, this movie apparently, supposedly, is based off of these old Icelandic folklore tales. So I'm assuming there must be, like, some type of Icelandic folk tale involving a half sheep, half human hybrid type creature, which, you know, okay. And, you know, so that's kind of what this is based off. Based off. The creepy thing is, I guess, for me, like I said, I am highly suspicious of, you know, Hollywood and really any company, any production company, honestly. If you follow my channel or you know me or you've looked at any of my videos, you're going to find I have quite a few videos at this point where I am exposing, you know, Hollywood. And I think I mentioned this before, but exposing Hollywood, exposing the elite, exposing this group. And there's there's a lot of people, anybody you see on a big screen, anybody you see on your television, anybody you hear their music on the radio or, you know, so on and so forth, most likely, most of those people, especially if they are in a movie that is getting a lot of, you know, advertisement, and a movie that is being pushed on the masses, most of the time these people are, you know, involved in this elite club, whatever. And so, like I said, I'm always highly suspicious because I'm like, okay, they're always trying to show us things in these films. And that's part of the reason that I actually partake and watch some of these films. And some people may think that I shouldn't be watching a film like Lamb. I don't know. That's, you know, I understand, but again, part of the reason I do watch films like this, and, you know, I am picky about it, but is because I do want to look for things that they're showing in there. In saying all of that, and I'm sorry, that was kind of a mumble-jumbled way of putting it, but at the end of the day, for this film, I did end up looking into, in some of my quick little research I did look into, the whole aspect of human animal hybrids. And I mean, the scary thing is that they are working on this. This is something they've been working on for a while. A couple of things I dug up and found that were a little alarming was, in April of 2021, scientists reported the creation of the first human monkey hybrid embryo. So, like, they actually made a human monkey hybrid embryo. Of course, their claims are that they're going to be using these for, for organ transplants. It's going to make organ transplants a lot easier if they can develop this science and continue to make these hybrids. And like in Japan in 2019, a Japanese stem cell scientist got his first, was the first to receive government support to create the same thing, like a hybrid embryo. And again, they're saying it's for the good of the human race, because they're going to use these it'll make organ transplants easier and more, available to people. And before this, it was always banned. That's what's, and it is alarming. If you ask me, it's alarming. This is where we're headed. It's like, and I 100%, like, my personal opinion is like, that's 100% ethically wrong. Like, we should not be making like human animal hybrid anythings. I don't believe we should even be messing around with that. I've heard of things through the years of these, like, these different cases, and like apparently like there was, like, I don't know if it was real, again, like, and believe it or not, everybody, I don't believe everything I hear on YouTube or the internet. Okay, I don't. I take everything in, and I use my discernment, and I pray for God to give me discernment. So, but years ago, I remember coming across something. You probably couldn't even find it now, honestly. They've gotten rid of so much stuff, but on YouTube, of like this monkey man hybrid type creature that, like, it got leaked or something, that this thing actually like existed. So again, it could totally be fake, okay? But my point is, when I went and looked into this and dug a little bit, I already found what I just read to you, like the thing, April 2021, the scientists they created the first human monkey embryo. So, I mean, the point that I'm making here is like this, if there is any kind of agenda in this film, underneath the story and all the themes in this movie, that there were many themes of love, themes of family, themes of how important, those relationships are. And it was actually like kind of a beautiful film. Like I already mentioned, it was aesthetically like so pleasing. I mean, like, maybe not for everybody, but for me, it really truly was. It was just breathtaking to the scenery of it all, and the landscape was actually just gorgeous. So, I mean, that aspect of it. And then you have, like I said, it was a very quiet film, and I really appreciate those types of films with not a whole lot of dialogue. I mean, the dialogue definitely picks up. It does. I mean, there is dialogue, but it's not like it's two people primarily. A third person comes in for a bit in the middle. But so I appreciate those types of films, like the simplicity of it, the pureness of it. I do appreciate. Yes, and at the end you do find out. I do think they should have developed the story more. They should have given us more I was kind of left disappointed, left kind of feeling empty at the end. Like I feel like we should have gotten more answers. That came out really good, Ro. Can I show everybody?
Yeah.
Aurora just colored Pete the cat. Isn't that cute? I think that came out so cute. Good job, honey. Yeah, so, but again, in that way, I mean, it was a very unique, very interesting. I've listened to different reviews from people on YouTube, like YouTubers like me, and I've come across quite a few people that totally hated it and were just like, oh my gosh, this movie's so stupid, and like, they just thought it was horrible. I've also come across people who thought it was like incredibly different and unique, and so I'm kind of like in the category of like, I definitely like thought it was different and unique and aesthetically pleasing, and I enjoyed sitting watching this movie, taking it all in, the landscaping, even the language, the Icelandic language. And I'm not always in the mood for foreign film, but I definitely really appreciate them when I do sit and take in a foreign film. I really appreciate hearing a different language. So I would say if you, and wait, before I get to the very end and wrap it all up, like I was saying about the, the hybrid stuff, the animal hybrid stuff, like that's just creepy. And if, that was kind of the undertone of what they were kind of like pushing and saying, this is something that is really unnatural and really not okay ethically, but you need like almost like getting you conditioned or getting you maybe used to something like that, that wouldn't surprise me either. So that could be, it could just be at the end of the day an Icelandic folktale that is, told in their country. Could be. But at the end of the day, like I said, the end of the movie kind of leaves you hanging, and I feel like we needed more answers. That was a little disappointing, but overall, it was a pretty interesting movie. Again, if you enjoy different types of movies that are unique and not your average, just, comedy or romance or even whatever, this movie, you would probably enjoy it. So, and if you would, and you know what, one last thing before I go that I have to say that I really, really appreciated about this movie. Like I said, it's a very quiet movie, but the animals in the movie, there are a lot of, well, they have like a dog and a cat. Obviously they have a lot of sheep. But the animals play a big role in this movie, and their personalities really come out. They had a way of the way they filmed this that you really felt the animals' personalities coming out. And even like the cat, the dog, the sheep. And they did an amazing job with the animals, and I really appreciated that. I really enjoyed that aspect of it. So if you're an animal lover, I mean, there are a couple parts that are not.
Mom,
yes, honey bun.
can I say thing?
Hold on, we're almost done. You're gonna get to say goodbye with me. There are a couple parts that aren't very, nice to watch and concerning animals. But I'm saying just their personalities. Not a lot of movies can have done that, where they bring out the personalities like in the animal, because animals have their own little personalities, and you can see it in their eyes and things like that. So they really like brought that out, and it was really cool. I really appreciated that too. So yeah, I mean, it's a movie that I will probably watch again down the road when I can watch it at home. One day, I'll probably sit down and watch it again. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you've seen it, or you're going to go see it, or if you've already seen it, let me know what you guys thought, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So what do you want to say, Ro?
I want to say...
Here, come sit on my lap. What do you want to say?
I want to say bye.
Say bye. Look in the
Bye.
camera. Bye. Say, I hope everybody's doing good out there, and God bless. See you next time.